In part 1, my husband stood in front of a door he begged me never to open, and that night, at exactly 2:03 a.m., something inside that room started tapping. 4 weeks after we moved into the house, Ben warned me about a single room at the end of our hallway, a room he refused to explain. Then one night, at 2:03 a.m., I woke up to the sound of tapping from inside that room. The next day, an old woman appeared at our gate. She asked a question that still makes my skin crawl. "Has the room started calling you yet?" When I described her face to my husband, he went pale and told me something impossible. He said that woman died 10 years ago. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was what happened the next night. At exactly 2:03 a.m., I heard it again. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was coming from the hallway. Slow, patient, like something testing the door. I sat up in bed. The hallway light flickered on by itself, and the bedroom door slowly creaked open. For a moment, the house felt completely silent. Too silent. Then a whisper floated down the hallway. Soft. Familiar. Emma. My heart stopped. Ben was already awake beside me, listening. His breathing was uneven. "Ben," I whispered, "what is that?" But he didn't answer. He just stared toward the hallway like someone waiting for something terrible to happen. Then it happened. The forbidden door slowly creaked open. I could see it from the bed. The darkness inside the room looked thicker than the rest of the house, like the shadows were moving. Ben stood up slowly. "No," I whispered, "don't go." But he walked toward the hallway anyway, like he already knew this moment would come. When he reached the door, he stopped, breathing heavily. "Ben," I said again. He didn't turn around. From inside the room came a dragging sound, like something shifting across the floor. Then the voice spoke again. "You cannot lock what was invited." Ben didn't move. For a few seconds, neither of us spoke. The hallway felt colder. Then, slowly, he pushed the door shut. The dragging sound stopped. The house fell silent again. Ben turned toward me, his face pale. "Go back to bed," he said quietly. But neither of us slept for the rest of the night. The next morning, the house felt strangely normal. Sunlight poured through the windows like nothing had happened. But Ben avoided my eyes. That's when I knew he had been hiding something much bigger than a locked room. So I asked him the question he had been avoiding since the night we moved in. "Ben, what is inside that room?" For a long time he didn't answer. Then finally, he said, "Years ago, when I was in university, I joined a group. Not a cult, not rituals, just powerful men promising success, connections, protection. At first, everything worked," he said quietly. "Every opportunity came easily. Promotions, business deals, money. But when he tried to leave the group, they told him something he would never forget. 'You may leave,' they said, 'but what was assigned to you will not.' I felt cold. Assigned." Ben nodded slowly. "A guardian. Something that watched. Something that followed. At first, I ignored it," he said. "But one night, I heard it speak. In a woman's voice. The same voice I now hear. Ben rubbed his hands together slowly. "I sealed the room," he said. "I thought if I locked it away, it couldn't attach to anyone else." "Attach?" I whispered. He looked at me carefully. "It needs someone who can hear it." A chill ran through me, because suddenly I understood. I could hear it. "It cannot stay without being acknowledged," Ben continued quietly. "Once someone hears it, it knows them." My stomach tightened. "You mean it knows me?" Ben's face hardened with fear. "Emma, the moment you heard the tapping, it knew you were there." A chill ran through me. "You mean it knows me?" Ben held my gaze for a long moment before answering. "And once it knows you," his voice dropped to a whisper, "it never stops calling." That night, neither of us slept. We lay in the dark, watching the red glow of the clock beside the bed. 1:58 a.m., 1:59 a.m., 2 a.m. The room was silent except for Ben's slow breathing. Then suddenly, the hallway light flicked on. The bedroom door creaked open by itself. Ben sat up immediately. Before I could say anything, he was already moving toward the hallway. Through the narrow gap of the door, I could see the forbidden room at the end of the corridor. The door was wide open, and Ben was standing in front of it, breathing heavily. "Ben," I whispered. He didn't turn. "Emma, stay where you are." From inside the room came a soft dragging sound. Then the voice spoke again, but this time it sounded closer. "You cannot lock what was invited." Ben's shoulders stiffened. "I'm not giving her to you," Ben said, his voice trembling. Silence filled the hallway. Then the voice answered, "Then you will remain." The lights went out. I ran toward him, but when the lights came back on, the hallway was empty. The door was closed, and Ben was gone. People ask why I still live in this house, why I never sold it, why I sleep closest to the hallway. I tell them it's because of memories, but that isn't the truth. The truth is, every night at exactly 2:03 a.m., I hear breathing outside my bedroom door. 2 sets. One is Hayes, soft, patient, waiting. The other is my husband's, and sometimes, through the door, he whispers, "Emma, don't open it." But last night, for the first time, the voice behind him whispered something else. "Soon. If you were Emma, would you stay in that house? Or would you leave before 2:03 a.m. comes again?" Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoy suspenseful African storytelling, make sure you subscribe to Kamara Tales TV for more captivating stories that stay with you long after the story ends.